Hey, good afternoon, and thank you for being a member. I wanted to start and talk for a second about key legislation that is being offered before the Oklahoma legislature, particularly the language about memorializing the relationship between a buyer and a buyer's broker. There's a lot of misinformation out there. In fact, there are people who are bringing different arguments to the table that are simply not valid. I want to tell you that you are more than an appliance salesperson. You're more than a used car salesman. You are a professional, and that's really what's driving this legislation. Let me tell you about three key aspects. The first and foremost is consumer transparency. In 2025, there is zero room for there to be a lack of transparency between somebody providing a service and somebody receiving a service. I can't go see a doctor or an attorney without having to sign an agreement about what compensation is going to be offered and when that compensation is due. That's what this is really about transparency to the consumer. The second is for our broker risk mitigation. Now, in the world we live in today, the risk level for our brokers is always increasing. And one of those areas where there is a void is the connectivity between what the law says to do and when an agent in the field is acting on that law. And that's what this bill is aimed to do, to give our brokers a stake in the ground where the Oklahoma legislature has said at this point in time is when you have to memorialize that agreement. Why? So that when the Department of Justice is asking your brokerage firm the question about when and how and what you did, you can tie your activities to the laws of the state of Oklahoma where you and your agents practice real estate. And the third really is about creating a level playing field. You know, in this day and age that we live, a consumer should have certain expectations. Now, this legislation is not tied to showing a home or entering a home or doing an open house. Rather, it's tied to the time when a transaction is happening, that you are providing services specific to the buyer in that transaction. So that buyer should come to a common point of understanding no matter who is representing them, realtor or non-realtor alike, that the playing field is level and all consumers are being given the same level of transparency in their transaction. For more information about the truth, visit us at www.okrealtors.com or simply give us a call. We're glad to have a conversation with you.